My name's Gillian Graham and I care for my elderly mother, Dorothy, who hopefully will reach the age of 90 in a few months' time. My father was in a residential setting because he had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It was just particularly difficult during the COVID period when obviously visiting was very restricted, and he died during the COVID period in January 2021. But we did get to see him at the end, which was really a blessing. My mother, Dorothy, she lives independently, about just only a few miles away from me, in her own home. Now she's got some quite complex health challenges. Her mobility is not great. She's a quiet spirit, but quietly determined, and determined to stay in her own home for as long as possible. And I'm very happy to support her in that as far as I can as well. I had suffered a period of my own health challenges and had long COVID for a while, but I did recover and go back to work. But I felt over a period of time that it was the right time to move. My mother had become that wee bit more frail, maybe needed a wee bit more attention. I think I needed to give some attention to myself even, and I couldn't do that and do a demanding job at the same time. Just very mindful of my mother's age and capacity, and my input into her life and her need for a bit more support became apparent. But you do acknowledge that, at some point, well, it's a caring role you're doing. I mean, there's lots of carers that still do manage to work and do their caring role as well, and for them it's their work that's fulfilling, and obviously there's the income from that, and so on too. That's sometimes very necessary. You need both of those things to be able to sustain yourself. Otherwise, I think it would be easy to get to the stage where you can get a bit of compassion fatigue, and that's not a good place to go to, where you start getting a bit burnt out. You maybe start resenting your role or something like that. But what's been pertinent for me is that caring has become harder when you're not well yourself. But I want to look after my mother in her later years in the way that she's looked after me nearly all her life. And I think she deserves it. And I'd like to do that as best the way I can. But I acknowledge that I need support in doing that sometimes, and that's where the carer service and the Belfast Trust have been a great support to me. Some of the activities I've engaged in, they're gardening or just a coffee morning or something. It links you in with other people in the same circumstances, or very similar circumstances anyway. And you know that there's somebody there who recognises what you do and who takes it seriously and who offers support. And of course, you get an annual carers assessment, which is about you and your needs and what would help you in your role. Caring is a big part of your life, but it's not your whole life, and it is important for everybody, I think, to have something aside for themselves that's healthy and creative, and it makes connections easier. I was at a gardening class last year, and I mean, apart from maybe being introduced to a few new people, you're absorbed in the activity, and it's a break from your head to get you into doing something creative and beautiful and therapeutic, and that's what the activities do, because you do need that. The Carers Network it's obviously we're a body of carers and professional staff that are there to develop a care strategy over the next 5-year period, and where it aims to be and what services we aim to provide, and how carers are recognised in every service within the Trust. but you're there on an equal footing with the professional staff as well, and you're taken seriously, and you have a voice to have input into that. All health organisations are obviously under huge pressure with budgets and limited services, and I mean, they're under huge pressure. And sometimes it would be easy to forget about all the people out there that do the unpaid, maybe quite mundane, lowly caring services, but actually are there to keep people well and safe and feel cared for. And I think it's so important for that to be acknowledged somewhere. And the thing I like about it is that it's countercultural, where everything is about throughput and statistics, and it's about youth and productivity and performance indicators and all this, whereas caring can't really be quantified in that way. But the carers team in Belfast Trust, I have to say, acknowledge it and see it and bring it up to the highest level of the organisation, to the chairman. What COVID did, I think, was expose a lot of cracks in the system, really, and it exposed really, and this is something that's very prevalent, I think, how isolated some people who are confined to their homes for a lot of their time, sometimes all their time. But I wonder sometimes if we've forgotten a wee bit about that now that that crisis has passed and we're sort of returned to normality. Have we forgotten about that? It has to be shared between agency, family, wider community, and, you know, there should be more of a partnership. I think we can all cope with a lot more if you feel connected, if you feel supported, if you feel that somebody's with you in an experience. There's more solidarity, there's more, it's sustainable for you, you know, and that's really, as a single carer, that's really important for me. So yeah, for me, that's the most important thing.